Howdy everyone, welcome back to more for the 2023 Imperium Cup. For Dune Imperium, the Rise of Ix and Immortality expansions. We're hosting CommanderToast BlackShadow. We are continuing our coverage for the quarterfinals and Super Saturday. This is game 3 of 4 being played today. And yes, I am getting kind of tired, but we're going nonetheless. Here's a look at the bracket so far. We are now halfway through the quarterfinal brackets overall. And today we're going to have a look at quarterfinal E, featuring CommanderToast, Fumbles, Kire, or Legolas, and the Gameslayer. The last game being the match played with Sneaker Dead, although that's now being done the following day, but I would have edited it to make sure the whole game was shown in the last video. It's been a fun round, everyone. That's all I can say, but regardless, we're going to be carrying on here. A reminder for the format that out of the 14 matches, all winners will go through to our semi-finals, as well as the top 2 scoring second places. There, they will all play one final match, with the winners of the semis going through to our grand finals and our top cash prizes, as well as a copy of the Beast Spoils card for Uprising, and the second places will go through to a playoff round for a cash prize as well. Let's have a look at the players for today's game. We start off with CommanderToast, who came top of Group A, which was a fantastic feat, all things considered. Winning 3 of 4 games, featuring some real stiff competition. LSR, who was featured at the North Carolina Invitationals, is now good. Alpha Nova as well. A lot of very strong players in this, but CommanderToast rose above them all. Toast was actually on course for a while to actually try and clean sweep the group, winning in week 1 as Tezia, week 2 as Beast Raban, and then week 4 as Helena Riches. But unfortunately, only finishing 3rd place in the week 5 game, losing to Sword Cancel, putting an end to any hopes of trying to match Night Fury, who is the only person that won all 4 games in their group. But regardless, more than good enough to secure a quarterfinal spot. Truthfully, I haven't seen a ton of CommanderToast play, but judging by the results they got from the group and the fact that we're all using different kind of leaders, makes me think that Toast could be actually quite a very versatile sort of player. Happy to get involved with fighting if need be, or if they need to go more card draw, willing to do that. Kind of willing to shape their objectives and their play style a bit to kind of what's required in the matches. I think in a group format, that's definitely incredibly useful, but once you get to these sort of knockout stages, that might or might not be such a useful ability here, where obviously some crazy things can definitely happen. But regardless, though, I mean, Toast coming top of this, winning, the Tezzy Venus game, 13 victory points, Raban, 14 victory points, Helena, 13 victory points, contributing to a massive average of points rating, means that Toast has got to be feeling favourite to come into this to make the semi-finals after a very, very impressive group stage showing. And truthfully, is my favourite to win this as well. You don't come on top of a group like this without some serious skill. Fumbles also topped their group, coming in from Group M, but this was a far closer affair, as you can see here. There were points shared all around, and pretty insane. Fumbles only won 1 match in the entire group stage, but consistent second places outside of that, just about squeaked him through to top of the table. As you can see here, absolutely insane. Top 4. We had a 3-way points tiebreak, 2nd and 4th as well. Really competitive group, and a lot of fun games that came through this. Fumbles' 1 win for the group came in at week 4, where they actually won courtesy of Chow Murky tiebreaker against Caesar, both finishing with 11 victory points and 6 spice. It was going to be decided by Solari, but Chow Murky just about squeaking them over the line in pretty dramatic fashion. But I think, again, the real impressive thing for Fumbles was the consistency outside of that. Every other game coming 2nd place. Week 1, Hundro, 10 points. Week 2, Alazer, 9 points. And then later on with the Baron, 8 points, not so strong, I suppose, but doing enough to get himself ahead of Drazo, for example, and as such managed to secure a top 2 spot. But literally 1 point dropped anywhere, and they would have had to have gone through the extra round. So I think Fumbles over the moon to have topped the group. Is this going to be 1 game too many, though? I don't know. Obviously, we're now at the point where you can't just scrape through really a 2nd places. You've got to be winning matches, and Fumbles hasn't been able to do that very consistently. So it's going to be up to them, I think, the owners, to try and really make an incisive jump into this game and kind of really try and make a stake for it. But I think this could be a pretty tough one for them. But upsets have definitely been known to happen before. Kire, also known as Legolas, came through as the second place finisher from Group B, which is pretty good going. This one was wrapped up somewhat early by Beast, who secured top spot with a little bit of time to go. So it was all about scrapping for the rest, and Kire held off a late challenge from Martel to secure the way through on average points. It was a bit of an up and down journey for them as well. Playing twice in week 2, winning with a lasery Kaz, but coming 4th place with Count Ilban losing to Roma. Leaving the work to do, a response victory in week 4 against EGFM and Co. Meant that it came down to week 6 and the match between them and Martel battling for the top position. Legolas came second and Martel did win it. It was not enough to overturn the average points rating. As such, Legolas found their way through directly to the quarterfinals, while Martel was knocked out in the second round. And funnily enough, one of the players in that match is in this match as well, Gameslayer. It's amazing how these little quirks happen in these draws sometimes. Really fascinating. A strong group performance, rewarded the fact that they got through to the quarterfinals. But again, there's no easy games at this point here. I think the only thing I would be worried for Legolas is, again, it was very either kind of feast or famine style in regards to the groups. A couple of really stomping victories, but also like a 4th place finish of Ilban isn't going to feel too great here. Although, they didn't lose by a ton ultimately. So it's just to see how things will go for them. Maybe because it could be, a slight bit of a challenge coming into this. But they'll definitely come in with the belief that they can make these semi-finals. And truthfully, I think that they might well manage to squeak it through as well. If anyone I think might be able to get like a really high score in second place, it could well be them. But it's not really a strategy you can reliably play for. So I think it'll be tough work for Legolas, but definitely chances are there. And lastly, we have the Gameslayer, who came through as 3rd place from Group K, and thus is our qualifier into this round. It was a pretty unenviable group, truthfully, being topped by Matya, who is in the semi-finals, and Taf Live, who is at this point yet to play their quarterfinal game. We'll be seeing that later on in the comp. It's fascinating that Gameslayer actually has the exact same record as Fumbles did, but here they only got 3rd place, whereas Fumbles topped the group. Just fascinating how groups work sometimes. 1 win and 3 second places. Gameslayer had to win his final game as well in week 6, playing as the Beast Raban, getting over the line against Jinx, Irion, and JC Phoenix to secure a top 4 finish. But it was hard grafting for them outside of that. Again, 3 second-place finishes with Helena, Raban, and Tezzy Verniers. The last 2 of those, fascinatingly, scoring 11 victory points, but losing to Irion and Taf Live, respectively, who scored 12. So maybe they feel they played pretty decently, didn't quite get the results they wanted to get through directly into the quarterfinal, but they did feature in the second round game I mentioned earlier, which featured the defeat of Martel, coming through as a fastest loser from the round, losing to Alpha D, only on Chell Murky ultimately, but 11 victory points, 11 Spice was enough to see them through here, but it's a tough draw, definitely. I have played Gameslayer a bit, though, a very, very strong player, very competent, thinks about the game very intricately as well. Be very methodical in their style, figure ahead of kind of what they want to do, what they want to be doing in a couple of turns. So I think their kind of medium to long range plan in this game, I think, is a real asset and something that they are able to take a lot of use of in this game. But I mean, these knockouts are tough. It's hard to plan ahead sometimes. Some pretty crazy things can happen. There could be some unknown components, and this is going to be a tough old fight, this. So, fascinating to see who's going to come out on top here. Again, I still think it's toast to get through for me for this one, to our semi-finals, but this one is really, really up for grabs. Right, folks, so here we go then. My 3rd game today. It is CommanderToast in the red seat. Gameslayer is in the first choosing spot. So look at the opening row and text there. And it has been a whirlwind today, I assure you. Chair-Dog and Face Dancer coming up here. 2 solid enough graph cards, kind of playing off other cards in your deck. Face Dancer I do really much enjoy. Both only 2 specimens, so buyable early. As for our opening row, tons of spacing cards here. Spice Smugglers, Guild Accord, Crop Smuggler there as well. That has some really cool grafting potential right there. Stilgar, very strong card, as it's always been. Fantastic act, fantastic reveal, very desirable. And Space Trader is also pretty solid as well, but has gone down in popularity in Ix compared to just straight Ix. As for our techs here, we've got Shuttle Fleet, very powerful, very desirable. We want to get all this as soon as possible. Very, very strong. Detonation devices might tempt people into some combat. Invasion ships as well, also doing some good work here. As far as the leaders are concerned, though, players are going to have to make this up. Okay, this is going to be a real fun game, this. Only 100 Moritani of the notable, quote, meta leaders, unquote, could get picked very early out of position. So players will be kind of scrambling. Helena with Stilgar looks really strong. Memnon might not be the worst picker as well for some spice smugglers. This could be an interesting little game, this. Should be fun. So, it'll be Gameslayer to choose first here. Goes for Armored Kaz. Would have been interested to see him pick that 100 idle in fort position. Not his most desired, but I think in Ixoma it's not as imperative. Obviously looking to pick up some trashing on the side. 103rd spot looks fine for Legolas. Also Kire. CommanderToast in the first spot here with the first kind of funky choice here. Helena head first seems okay, but it's kind of rough. It's not a very good spot for it. Goes for Earl Memnon. So trying to build up some supplies here. And now Fumbles in second has got kind of a weird spot here as well. Gonna be really feeling not up too happy with the draw, but truth be told, like, everyone's gonna be kind of scrambling here a little bit. This is gonna be a bit of an all-over-the-place match, I suspect. Poor traders, you get C-picked a lot. Might go Helena again, targeting Stilgar. It's exactly what we see here. So Hundro has a choice of intrigues. Carl or To the Victor. Goes for To the Victor. Wants the spice. That's fair. And then it's going to be off to Earl Memnon for the first action here. Opening conflict is going to be the mixed smuggling skirmish. Spice and Slaughter on offer. All spots seem reasonably fine. Yes, off to the races here. So Memnon opens up with just smuggling the ring. Seems solid. Helena's got one faction access. I suspect she's just going to go shipping. Yep, seems pretty straightforward. Hunter the first interesting choice to make here. Still Suits looks pretty good, I reckon. He's got a decent persuasion hand. Maybe Still Suits with some great flats. If he could, interesting move here for Hundro. Hundro could look to get hold of second place, and he could look to go Still Suits, great flat, Conspire, Swordmaster, and just rock into Swordmaster straight away. That could be pretty fun. I don't know if he's going to do that, but I think it's worth considering. Two troops going in regardless. If he can win the fight, he'd be happy with that as well, but I don't suspect he'll see that. Armored Kaz is up next here. Bit of a tricky hand for Ekaz. I could see Wealth Mentat. I think Wealth Mentat is actually not outrageous here for Ekaz. It gets him just getting some coordination going. You know, and you could try and like put some pressure and pick off like a second or third spot in this conflict here. But he decides, no, he's going to go Arrakis. He finds convincing argument. Wow, okay. Armored Ekaz. Didn't expect that. Okay, so is he not using Seek Allies? Is he really going that heavy into coordination? He might be. Coordination is the ability for Ekaz to trash from his in-play board if he's got two agents that did not go factions on the board. Memnon might as well, yeah, I think Memnon's like, okay, I guess. I don't mind using, notice he's using diplomacy here, which is also pretty cool. I think whatever he does, he should use Diplo and save Seek Allies. He's got no persuasion in his hand. I'd be rather staving it. I don't know if Hardy Warriors is correct. But I feel like you should go faction. Wealth is fine. I think Secrets is okay, but probably the worst of the three. I think it's either Hardy Warriors or Wealth. It depends. You've got both daggers, though. Hardy Warriors put in 3 troops. I think you might even win the conflict with that. You've already got a smuggling bump. You could look to cash it in. I think Hardy Warriors put in 3 is good to me. Oh, he goes all in with 4. Ooh. Ooh, I think that's a bit heavy-handed. I guess he doesn't like the idea of putting in 3 and getting put over the top here, but the problem is if you put in 4, no one's going to bother anyways, I don't think. But Ekaz does have both daggers, so who knows? Well, he doesn't know that, I guess. He also doesn't know he can't deploy anything. Helena's just going to take some spice at Basin and call it a day. Yep. Hundro, I think, is just going to go tech negotiation. And he's just going to, yeah, just going to build up here. Not wanting to spend the, He's just going to chill and wait here. He's not going to be able to get to conspiring immediately in theory, but who knows? If Memnon decides to go and cash in his shipping early, Great Flat Conspire will be on 400 Moritani next round. So he's kind of waiting to see what happens. Ekaz has no deployment. Ekaz has either used Seek Allies or pass. So I think it's off to Wealth here. Yep, seems the move. So Memnon's going to reveal for 2 swords and nothing. Helena's got 2 swords she didn't even use. 2 Persuasion on the row is not buying a whole lot here. Could go Spice Smugglers, I guess? I feel like you'd probably just end up picking a liaison here. No experimentation's really out here, so no one's getting hold of any of the Talaxu cards. Loads of daggers out. Yeah, just goes liaison. Not surprised by this. Hundro with 6. Probably just going to go Stilgar. I think Stilgar's the correct move here. You gotta be kidding me. What? He rips it? Man, that was greedy. Boundless Ambition's probably the best looking card here. Negotiated's there as well. Man, that was greedy. Stilgar's great. I think I would have held on to that. Stilgar's such a good card for you as well. Water generation for more mining. Goes immediately high priority travel, so pretty much making his thoughts known of what he's intending to do here. But okay. Ekaz with 4 and 2 swords will take 2nd place here. Negotiate Withdrawal looks pretty good for him, actually. Abigail negotiated, I think, pretty much like 80% of the time here. There's a couple of interesting cards here as well. Execute Compact's actually a really interesting card for Ekaz because of coordination and how it works, but you can reveal that and trash that to get low negotiators, target like some of those expensive techs, but Negotiate Withdrawal is just kind of too good. But in Rise of Ix, I would certainly have considered that. Nothing to happen here, so Memnon will take it down, committed everything for it. Does just take the cash here. So Hundro Moritani has Great Flat Conspire routes here if he wants it. Both Ekaz and Memnon have 6 money. Oh my goodness me, it's sorted through the chaos. Memnon, though, has no faction access. Ekaz definitely does here. So, Helena's going to ship. Ekaz is going to Swordmaster. And what is Hundro doing? Hundro's just going to smuggle and get the Swordmaster that way. Okay, I guess. That's also relevant. Does save his Seek Allies card, which I don't hate. Yeah, I don't hate that, I guess. Ekaz has to go Wealth Swordmaster here. I see... No, he's redrawn Negotiated Withdrawal. Oh, he repulled Negotiated. Well, that's just unlucky. That's a little unfortunate. He really wants to get the retreat bump out of that, but I mean, the only way you could do that would be Hardy Warriors. And you're giving up Swordmaster here. I don't think, when Hundro is clearly getting ready for Swordmaster next round, and he's going to beat you to it, I think you just got to say, it's a shame to negotiate into my hand. What are you going to do? I think you have to go Wealth Swordmaster. Wow. But Ekaz thinks he's got to get the bump out of this. I don't know. I'm not so sure about this. It's pretty wild. So, Memnon can't get to it. He's got no faction access. Carthag or Arakeen it will be. I like Arakeen. You got both Diplos. You might find one. He does! He finds the Diplo access. Nice card. Nice draw. Do you put troops in here? Kind of hard to... I mean, you've got to put in at least one, because Helena is just going shipping here. She's made it very clear she's not getting involved in this situation. Unfortunately, there's no scoreboard, I've just noticed, by the way, so I'm going to have to edit that one in. That's the second quarterfinal I've got to edit a scoreboard in for. Not like I got enough work to do at the moment. Helena's ripping the row to... Wow, for her signet ring. She's looking for a good card to pull with her ring. And there's nothing there I think is going to be exceptionally exciting her. Unless she really badly wants carry, or she should probably just play experimentation. I think you just experiment at this point. I don't think your ring's helping you a ton here. I have no issues with using atomics to try and find a big card to, like, reserve with the shipping. But I don't think any of those are worth not using experimentation. Yeah, I think you're better off using experiment. I mean, unless you're going for Imperial Bashar. The problem is you're first to reveal anyways. Like, is anyone going to reveal ahead of you for Imperial Bashar? The answer is no. Very unlikely. So I think you're better off. Well, or you could just not ship and decide you're going to go in for the combat. What? Wow. Okay. You got no swords. Everyone used all their swords here. What is this move? I know shipping's not always the most interesting, but I don't see what this is achieving. Hanjo's like, okay, I'll just go ahead and, you know, take my... If you're going to go anywhere, go Basin and block Hanjo from doing shipping. It's such an obvious move. Seems a little suspect to me. As in, like, just... I don't know. I just feel like there's more effective moves to make there. Carthag's like... Are you that interested in getting Mentat here? Is it that big a deal for you? I don't really think so. Just go and sell the shipping and just do that. Well, we're here now as it is. Ikaz is just going to go steal suits. He's going to put in the troop here. He's clearly decided he feels he's got to get the negotiated withdrawal bump. Memnon's like probably wondering what the heck's going on as well. Might as well go wealth. In case there's a world where 100 doesn't pull council access. Could go secrets. You could selective breed if you really want to. I think secrets is fine. Blackmail it is. That's a nice one. That's a real strong card in the mid-game, that. Really, really strong. This has been a weird opening round. Helena with 4. Is going to take Bashar. Going to take the Face Dancer as well. First person to be able to buy it. Solid card. Yeah, that Carthag move was a curious one. It was like she might take the conflict, but I just feel like... you definitely can't buy that. Yeah, does not have enough persuasion to buy that in Imperial Spy. They've only one remaining. So that is not able to them. Hundro's just waiting on Swordmaster next round. Probably wondering what's going on around him. His Seek Allies have been saved. So 2 players saving Seek Allies. Here's the retreat bump. I mean... I think you've been better served just getting your Swordmaster. Especially his Armored Kaz and coordination. You're not coordinating now. You're not going to be coordinating next round most likely unless you're going to commit yourself to Mentat. You're not getting any money here either. I don't know, just... I think I would have just said, like, you pull negotiate early, so be it. Get your Swordmaster and get it done and dusted and worry about it in the future. But whatever. In any event. So Memnon with 6 is going to rip it and look for a big card. There's some half-decent stuff out here. So Conspiracy's not bad. Worm Riders, Pida, Duncan. You know. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I think Pida's going to serve you pretty well as Memnon here in this overall. Has Memnon ever used Blackmail to take the Mentat? Probably not. No, decides not to. That's fine. So, money, intrigues to be taken. Helena will get the Mentat. Private Army for Helena, pretty good. Cannon turrets for the Earl here. Could be relevant later on. Detonation devices is in the tech row. Cannon turrets has increased value because of that. Should not be slept on. That could just be denying a victory point to someone. Could be really strong. Okay. Round 3 is Trade Monopoly. Ikaz has got huge eyes on that for sure. Hundro does find Swordmaster. Memnon's got a bit of a tricky spot here. He's drawn all of his council access immediately. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, Memnon's in... He's in some strife here, is Memnon. I don't know what he's going to do here. Look at Ikaz's hand! Double dagger, double convincing recon. There's no Mentat. He's going Detonation! Well. The value of cannon turrets just increased, by the way. And Memnon now realizes that he's going to have to probably put a troop in here to deny this. And deny some points here. Wind Traps is next. It makes sense for Ekaz doing this, to be fair. Like, it looks like he's going to win the conflict. There's no one else who's got any kind of garrison. I think Memnon has to find a way to get a troop in. And with 3 swords behind, like, seek allies and just go to, like, I like going still suits, actually. Go maybe, like, Siege to Boar. Great Flat is kind of sitting there. Maybe once in the Blue Moon you get there. Maybe Hundred misses it. Maybe he doesn't draw it. I don't know. I think still suits is fine. Also, Foul Space is just good here. But I do think Memnon should be getting a troop in here. And looking to cannon turrets Ekaz here. You might even steal the victory from him. It's legitimately possible. Ekaz might try and get this on the cheap. And you might have like a real surprise waiting for him. Great chance here for Toast to cause some problems. Helena finds Face Dancer and Bashar. A couple of experimentations. She's got 3 actions to spend. I don't think she's going to be trashing anything here with Bashar. Arrakis, she can go whenever she wants. Probably just going to ship and just work it out from there. She might smuggle and then instead of ship. And then just look to Face Dance or something. Not the most, you know, just blocking it off. I mean, might as well, I guess. You got both experimentations. I don't hate it. Hundro's going to have to go Great Flat here. Troop goes in. I don't know what his next move is. Is he going Shuttle Fleet? I think Hundro Moritani might be eyeing up some Shuttle Fleet here. Maybe Invasion Ships as well. I don't know, but I feel like that's it's good for me. I think Shuttle Fleet looks very, very strong here. Hundro deciding he wants to take back his bump here? He really wants to go Specimen? Oh, he's eyeing up Unnatural Reflexes. I think I'd be taking the Beetle bump here. I guess he can just goes Carfag, right? Could go Siege. I think both are fine. But there's not a lot of spice out there, and I don't really feel like you're going Research Station early here. I think Carfag is the usual spot here, and it is. Second wave is found. Well, that's a little unlucky. And he does go cheap on it as well. Earl Memnon has to get a troop in here. With all of these swords in hand here, I think Memnon's got to get a troop in and has to fight for this. I really do. You're denying Ekaz a point minimum as well. Very unlucky that Ekaz has drawn second wave here. That's very unfortunate, but you can still kick his Dreadnought out of combat and force him to spend some cards. I think Memnon's got to do it. I would try not to make cannon turrets that obvious. Because I'd be looking at that and thinking, what's going on here? I think you gotta get a troop in, buddy. Arrakis, get it in. I think it's too important. No! He just lets it go! Decides he's got to go shipping. I mean, I don't hate that, I guess. Helena gives up Face Dancer to just draw. That feels raw. Oh, I hate that. Send it to a faction. Get some bumps going. She's trying to find council access, that's why. She's trying to find council access. That's what's going on here. She's trying to get a Swordmaster right now. Folds... Wow, so 2 faction access cards are going to shipping in Swordmaster. I don't feel the best. Hold on, didn't she? Oh, no, she did only do one research there. I was just making sure she didn't. I was a little bit confused there for a second. Finds favorite subject. Pretty good. Invasion ships for Hundro. Doesn't go shuttle fleet. Interesting. Interesting. So Ekaz is going to get this pretty easily here. Yes, maybe Memnon dodged a bullet here a little bit, but it's a little bit of a shame. 4 persuasion. Tries to find something big. Oh my goodness me. And yet again, someone rips the row and finds Talaxu Surgeon. I mean, sheepers. He's going to grab Peddler as well. Peddler's pretty good for Ekaz with coordination. I'd be grabbing that. Needs to add his water here. He's not done so yet. Man, feels bad to give up all those swords. Really does. He's got 5 persuasion. Fufi Hawak turns up, though. It's a pretty nice, solid card. I'd be picking it. Yep, and does. So that Dreadnought, yep. I mean, he's trying to tell Helena to get involved here. Helena's, well, she gets to see. It's the prisoner's dilemma, isn't it? It's the prisoner's dilemma. Well, she pulls a dagger. She could actually get in front here. Huh. Interesting. Oh, well, if he gets us the second wave, how many troops do you think he chucks in? 1? 2? We're going to find out here. 100 reveals for free and takes Gene Manipulation. Looks pretty good to me. So, Helena. I think Helena might go for this. She gets extra troops in. She's off the Carfag. If she finds an interesting card, she might spick it here. Might what here? Was that a word? I have no idea. In any event, I think she might get involved. Yep, she's going in. She is going in. So, Memnon's kind of fortunate here that this is happening outside, like, beyond him here. Kind of wild. Yeah, 4 troops is totally fine. So, Ekaz is going to have to second wave here. I think he's going to chuck it all in as well. Helena, I guess, culls the dagger? Okay. I mean, the Emperor bump's also fine. I think I would have preferred culling the dagger, personally, but that's just me. She's considering using Study Melange to pay for Private Army, which is like, well, if he's got it, he's got it. So, his second wave has to be played here, I think. It's second wave, you put them both in and you hope you're good. That's exactly what happens. And there is no retort from Helena Riches. So, expensive victory for Ekaz, but victory nonetheless. He will not be complaining. And he's going to be able to cash in with smuggling, hopefully next round as well. Gruesome Sacrifice found for Helena. It's a little bit late. Could have done with that right now, but not to be. And Ekaz will get a detonation point here. There's 1. If he can pick up a second, be pretty happy. And we'll rock and roll here. Goes up, opts to take the cash. Just to get hold of his Swordmaster early. I think that's actually probably a good move. Actually, I kind of... I mean, I probably would have bumped up and bumped down to get it. The only other person that's got to get Swordmaster is Memnon. But I guess he's just trying to take any... Wow, he actually didn't draw any access. That would have been insane. But I think I probably would have gambled a lot there. But hey-ho. Anyways, Guildbank Raid is next. Ekaz pulls Talaxu Surgeon. I could see Ekaz going Wealth here a lot. Wealth, Swordmaster. Might just Swordmaster now. He's terrified of losing Swordmaster here. I don't think he's really in any danger. There's only 1 intrigue out there that can do it. Memnon ships. Helena. Decent enough hand. Fold space. Diplo. She needs to use one of her intrigues. She will be using Carl, I imagine. Do you think she ever study melanges to get to, like, selective or something? No, she's going to Mentat. And then she's going to trash the dagger with Cole. Plenty of money coming through here. Yeah, she's going to trash the other dagger. Seems good to me. Hundro's just going to keep hitting Imperial base in, limping troops in. Yep, seems pretty good to me. You need to pay your spice. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, I hadn't done that. So Hundro does have a lot of potential shipping. Obviously, he's got Baroness Ambition, so he's got lots of ring stuff to do. His Sea Gallows is still in hand here. He's kind of drawing it a little bit awkward. It's the problem here. Sea Gallows is kind of like floating around his hand a little bit here. I suspect we might see him go to Steel Suits at some point. Ekaz, I think, has just got to go Wealth and get the Surgeon done here. I think it would be crazy to do anything else here. Like, what else are you doing here? Like, you got to get your Emperor point. Like, Talax's Surgeon makes Wealth such a strong space. But he doesn't go for it. He draws. What are you drawing for? Oh, I guess he's going after coordination. That's what he's thinking here. He wants to get coordination off, so he's giving up the Wealth hit to do so. I guess that, yeah. I mean, I don't play a ton of ECAS. I am a very faction-heavy sort of player. It's just the way I am. So I'm like, if I've got faction access, I like to use it. Choem Shares is found. It's a big card for ECAS here. Very strong. Everyone's got one action. What do you want to do with it? Yeah, just going Wealth. I think that's reasonable. Got to get yourself ready for your Swordmaster here. I think this is just fine. It doesn't feel amazing, but you just got to do what you got to do here. You've already got your High Council off as well, so you've got decent persuasions. You're targeting long reach. I don't know if you've got any way really to fire off long reach, except like getting some draft with it. It's the only thing I can think of. Like long reach Chair Dog, for example, is pretty wild. Stuff like that. 3 actions for Helena. She's going to pick up some spice. Is Helena off to conspire? Well, there goes long reach. But Chani turns up instead. Menmom, I think, will be totally happy with that as well. That's also pretty good for him. More smuggling. So, not using his Diplo, not using this. He's definitely targeting the throw-in here, I suspect. Urgent! Oh my god, he finds Urgent Mission. It's actually pretty big for him here. Can actually get one of his Diplo hits off as well. That's pretty nice. That's just a free faction trip for him, and I think I'd be using that pretty much right away. People obviously like using that to go for, like, obviously just double shipping. But Hundro, well, actually, oh, interesting. So Hundro could, in theory, go Fold Space and then Urgent Recall, to, like, you know, and then ship away. He could do that. Interesting. Ekaz has got a Diplo, though. Don't know where he's going with it exactly. Secrets is okay. I think he was possibly considering going Wealth here. Fold Space is just fine. Fold Space can't be a bad move. Steel Suits isn't great. You're not really blocking people too much. Hardy Warriors. Just Hardy Warriors and Garrisons. Wow. 6 for Memnon then on his reveal. Memnon doesn't go for the Graph card. I guess he didn't really need it now. Chani is the pick. Taking the water. Looks pretty good to me. Helena next. 2 actions still to go. Fold Space and Diplo likely candidates. She might go Selective Breeding here. Yeah, trashing the dagger. I don't think it's likely she ever gets the Spiceman's Flow, but she just wants a decent hand here. So, a couple of draws still. 8. Oh, wow, she actually gets Spiceman's Flow here. Wow, she might just straight reveal here. Yeah, here comes the Steel Suits with Baroness Ambition. Hundro not really encountering much resistance on the board at the moment. Kind of being allowed to kind of do whatever he wants. I don't think he's going to bother putting in any troops here. Like, the money is not that useful to him. He's already got his Swordmaster. High Council, I guess. But he figures he's just going to put it in, what, to block Ekaz, I guess? I mean, I think I would have saved the troops. That's just me. So Ekaz, free persuasion and the dagger. Obviously coordinates one of those off. Yeah, there's a couple of okay cards. I actually don't hate space travel for Ekaz. He's not gone to that faction yet. It's not a bad card for an Ekaz as well. Like, the draw's nice, the 2 persuasion's decent. I think space travel is just a solid card here, truthfully. There's no atomics around, so people have got to live with whatever the row is at this point. Just goes liaison. I think if you go liaison, you might as well go space travel. Personally, I just think it's a better card here. That's just my belief. Helena's got 9 persuasion. She was obviously after long reach, but unless you got away significantly of activating long reach, I probably would. I think I'd be considering just taking the Spice Must Flow here. I think she's gonna go Arrakis. But the thing is, there are worlds she doesn't draw it. She's got 4 cards. Her dagger's still in there. Her Seek Allies is still in there, I think. I don't think she can draw. If she wants Spice Must Flow, she's just got to reveal for it. It's just a point. Is long reach that important to you? Like, how are you getting enabled? Where's your Bene Gesserit? Where's your graft access? Ooh, Arrakis could go horribly wrong. Arrakis could go horribly wrong. Carfags it. Oh, she finds charisma. Oh, my goodness me. Well, never mind that. But if you're going Carfag, why not just go Diplo? Obviously, he wants to get Gruesome Sacrifice off. That's what's going on here. Gruesome Sacrifice cannot be used. I can only assume that Gruesome cannot be used immediately, like, to buy any Talaxu cards. But I think Helena is going for Long Reach Chair Dog. Looks like that's the plan here. If it's great if you get it off. It's not so great if you don't get it, though. She's got 3 persuasion still. If there's anything else she does want to buy. Obviously, could do +2 with charisma, but I don't think she'll bother. Well, you're reliant on getting long reach off here. Oh, you bought voice. I didn't even see that voice happened. Okay, well, now I don't hate this so much. You can basically just guarantee long reach happening. Speaking of, there's the other one. So she's just going to rely on voice doing the work here for long reach. Far from guaranteed to work, it must be noted. So combat it is. Nothing for Ekaz. Helena is obviously gruesoming. Hundro is going to get to the Victor off, which is beautiful for him. So tons of resources for Hundro here. Super duper stuff. He'll be very happy with this. 6 Solari and 3 Spice for 3 troops. It's pretty good haul. But Seek Allies rotates again. He needs to get that used very quickly. Alright, next up is Siege of Carfair for round 5. It is the first combat victory point of the game. Let's get the moved over here slightly so you can see Hundro's deck a little bit better. I do apologize. I'm not the host of this game, so I'm slightly having to play around with whatever I've got available to me here. It's what it is. Wow. Heck of a hand here for Memnon. Piter, Valve Convincings, High Council feels pretty good. Pulls his Diplo. Nice. Did Memnon go up and down? He did. Yes. So he's going for Shuttle Fleet here. No one else has taken it at this point. I would. So he has 3 bumps. He can have 2 of the same faction if he wants to. Could also just spread them out for a load of friendship points. Could just get all his friendships he wanted, but I really think Memnon has to target some alliance here. I like double bumping Emperor, and then just taking, like, the Bene Gesserit point or something. I quite like that. I mean, as well, given this is the conflict, she's a Carthag, I think I'm going to be going to the Fremen with Diplo. So I think Bene Gesserit for me, with intentions of getting a friendship with the Fremen, might be slightly obvious what you're doing, but I don't think anyone's going to be able to stop you effectively here. This is a big round here for Memnon. If you can win the conflict and get spice, big chances. Voice for Helena. Helena is looking desperately for... She's going to absolutely desperately dive for long reach here. She's going to use Face Dancer. She's going to draw like as many cards as she humanly can looking for long reach. Problem is, there's a lot of digging to be done here. She's not likely to find it. I'd argue she's probably lucky if she does. Hundred with 3 actions. High priority travel is not yet active. Nor is unnatural reflexes. Neither of them are actually active here. Oh, his hand is terrible. Hadra Moritani's in trouble here. He's got to go selective breeding, I think. But he doesn't want to trash any of these cards. He cannot infiltrate Mentat. Voice blocks it. Invasion ships will not override that. Nothing gets past Voice. Oh, this is not what he wanted. Hundro is in some trouble here. Would Hundro Moritani ever trash high priority? I think he has to consider it. If selective breeding gets back round to him, I think he has to legitimately consider it. I think Sonic Snoopers is fine. It's a Spice Review Negotiator. See what you pull here. I think this is fine, but I think he has to seriously consider trashing his high priority travel here. How are you drawing? Yeah? And what's that say? Oh, he didn't realize. He didn't realize he couldn't draw. He misread his hand. Misread the situation. He cannot get the draw. No Seek allies. So yellow wasn't even thinking about it. Now they are. So Ekaz is up. Negotiate withdrawals in hand. So he's going to want to look to get some forces in here for sure. What's the plan here, though? How's he gonna work this? What's the priority? It is a conflict victory point. He'd very much like that. He's in not a bad spot to try and go for it. But I think given how he started the first round, I'm pretty sure we're not going to see Ekaz. And the thing is, they know he's got negotiate withdrawal. His deck is face up here, so I kind of don't hate using Paita to grab the Swordmaster here. You're just getting the intrigue. I actually think this is fine. Ooh, double cross found. It's not bad. Look at all this combat strength that you've got here. I think Memnon's got to get involved in this fight here. Liaison to Mentat. That tells a story, doesn't it? Here comes Selective. So high priority goes. He wasn't intending to do this initially, but he's got to do it. Boundless and his ring found. Could be worse. Could be worse. I suspect he'll go fold space if he can here. But there's still a combat victory point to be fought for. Great flat for Ekaz. Fourth Truth goes in. Now threatening Talaxu Spice of green. Green's not going to be appreciative of this. There's not much green can do unless you reveal early, truthfully. Blue might steal the spice here. He's not using Peddler and he's not using Negotiated Withdrawal. He's hoping he gets to Imperial Basin. And I don't think anyone's going to stop him getting there. Oh, Memnon, meanwhile, is eyeing up the situation. Wondering if he should get involved here. I think Steel Suits is a good move regardless. Getting that second water is nice. Get to your faction point. I think you have to go Frem at some point. Do you barrel at Hardy Warriors, though? The thing is, you know Ikaz has got Negotiated Withdrawal. Oh, no, he doesn't. He hasn't realised Negotiated's coming here. You could probably have gotten away with actually still sitting and putting in 2 troops and making life really awkward for Ikaz, where he doesn't want to retreat. Then you double cross him and you use blackmail and you deprive Ikaz of everything. Missed a trick there, I think. Helena just goes Steel Suits. No long reach ever found. Research station for Hundro. This will get Unnatural Reflexes activated just... He just draws and draws and draws. There's Seek Allies. I make that 7 Persuasion and a 5-card buy with Boundless. It is separate. But no spice must flow. I wonder if Urgent Mission is still going to get played here. Urgent Mission to Boundless to Fault Space? I think you might see that. He's got Seek Allies again, though. He really wants to use it. He might just Urgent Mission Seek Allies, though. Ikaz has to go Basin. No choice here. Too much spice on hand. So green loses the Talaxu spice. So Memnon's going to reveal for 7. Unfortunately, it's not a great row for 7. He might go Spiritual Fervor, actually, just to accelerate his not very good Talaxu progress currently. I think Spiritual Fervor is the right pick. Get that, bump yourself down, get another Intrigue. You're going to be using an Intrigue, you think, most likely here. Interesting, you could also double-cross Ikaz, so if he does retreat, he's giving up all rewards. I think Spiritual Fervor for me should be taken as Memnon. Yeah. Bump down, see what you get. Glimpse. That's nice. He's got 4 Persuasion. And here comes the double cross. So Ikaz will have to... He will not get any rewards from the conflict here. Shame Memnon doesn't have anything else to do with these troops. Ikaz won't be entirely perturbed by this. Helena might get stuck in, though, here. She's got spice. Bypass protocol found. She can top deck cards if she wants. She's going to trash the dagger out, then. If she's astute, she might put the troop when she wants the spice, but doesn't worry about it. So, Honjo's got 7 Persuasion and a 5-card buy, but he's going to use invasion ships to do that. Oh my god, and Liet Kynes turns up. Oh, this is a little bit weird here, the pathing. So he's done this to... He's got no thing here. So he's urgent recoiling. There we go. So it's a little bit funky. He's going to grab High Council to pick up his Spice Must Flow. Yeah, this looks pretty good to me. But he picks up Bene Gesserit's sister and peels off Liet Kynes. No one else can get it. He might go for that. I don't know. So here's the withdrawal. And Ikaz has made it pretty clear that anytime he picks that, he's just going to single-mindedly go for it. Two Persuasion. I don't think he's buying anything here. Helena's only got 2. Oh my goodness me. Helena can top deck Liet Kynes with Bypass Protocol. And she's got Fremen cards. Oh my goodness. That is heinous. That is absolutely heinous. And there it is. Oh my Goodness me, that's pretty hideous, that. Can you believe it? Nothing you can do about that is yellow. That's just unlucky. Yellow still gets their spice must flow, but that is not what they had in mind. Breakthrough also top deck here. Gonna be a while since she sees any of these cards, though. See, she's got Liat Kynes. The only problem is with Liat Kynes, with top decking it, is that when are you going to draw it with any Fremen cards? That's my only issue. Spicer slow for Hundro. Seek Allies still stuck in his hand. He's trying to get it offloaded, but it's just kind of blocking his deck up at the moment. It's the problem. Occasionally, sometimes when you don't play it straight away, sometimes you've just got to use it instead of another card and just get it done and dusted. So that is a bit of an issue here. Nothing to be played here, so Memnon gets the point, takes Carthag. Spice and Intrigue for Hundro for his Dreadnought. Gets it back, of course, and we move on. He'll be happy enough. Recruit mission found here. Round 6, more victory points. Desert Power now. The points are starting to come here. So Helena, yeah, this is my only problem with top decking Liat Kynes, is what are you actually doing with her? I think you actually are meant to actually take Liat Kynes and put her in your discard, along with all the rest of your Fremen cards. Because she's just kind of sitting there doing not much. Yeah. Long Reach can't be used. There's no Graph, there's no Bene Gesserit. Unless you're going to try and dig for something at a research station, the odds of that are incredibly low. But surely you're going shipping first, which I guess you're doing with... I guess you could do it with your Signet Ring. I don't think I'd actually bother. Truthfully. I wonder if she might bump like Emperor here or something. No. Just takes the Benny points. Wiser. Emperor have been very funky. So all friendships obtained for Helena, but she's got to start scoring points elsewhere here. Looking at Memnon's deck. Okay. I don't know what you're that worried about here. Is she really eyeing up taking it with, like, the Emperor here or something? I don't know. But Long Reach is just kind of stuck there at the moment, and Liat Kynes kind of is as well, so... Interesting spot here. So, Hundro, just going to keep smuggling. If he's ever got the opportunity to do it, he might as well. Still does not have access to shipping. He does now. And he will be probably infiltrating there. I wonder if he's ever going to go Holtzman engine or something like that. We can't get Holtzman. He doesn't have enough spice. Might go Menta or something? I don't know. We'll see. Armanikaz has redrawn negotiated again. Armanikaz is he's having some fun here. What does he want to do? I don't hate Research Station at this exact moment, considering that there is water in the conflict. If he's just going to retreat, I guess you're never going to see it. 5 persuasion in hand. You'd have to go there with voice, though. You could, in theory, just go high council reveal, but it feels absolutely terrible. No faction access. No way to secure the Fremen Alliance. No way to get these friendships. Could just go Mentat and reassess. But obviously you are conscious of money for Choam shares. It's a little scary. But I think that's what he's going to ultimately probably do here. No. It's time for Dreadnought number 2. Guess he thinks he's got to try and get a second point out of it at some point, at least. Reasonable. Artillery turns up next. I don't think that's going to be bought in this game. Who knows, though. Memnon could also go Mentat here. He kind of wants to just secure his Emperor Alliance, though. It feels a little... doesn't feel the best. Get some garrison troops in. Yeah, you feel like you kind of want to use Fufia first, right? You've got Chani as well, so you could obviously just chuck in as many forces as you want and retreat whatever you desire. So it's a good turn. If you can just garrison up and just start throwing dudes in. Gonna glimpse instead to try and see what they draw. They find their other experimentation, which is not... I don't think that's what they were looking for. Spicing up. Is Fufia to conspiring about to be a thing? Helena to research station. Double research here. Will not be able to get off scientific just yet. One short. 2 bumps, though. Does she want the faction bump? If she wants to go for any faction alliance, she's got to go for it now. She's probably going to get hold of the Talaxu beat point anyways. Yeah, I like bumping down here. So, where is she going to bump? Does she go Bene Gesserit? I have a feeling she's probably going Bene Gesserit here. Convincing is going. Yep. Seems an obvious alliance to go for. Seven persuasion. Charisma is 9. If she can get to selective breeding, she'll get there, though. Trying to work out if it's worth deploying. I probably don't think so. Hundro will Mentat, surely, here. Yep. No one else has gone there yet. Might as well. Recon's actually a pretty good draw for him, by the way. That's a really useful draw with the invasion ships to Incella surely coming here. Ekaz has to start mobilizing forces. In they go. Bumps up for the specimen. Interesting. Don't see that often. Kind of surprised he didn't take the bottom route there. Go for the money. Just get yourself accelerated. Yeah, generally people only really take this middle spot here if you've got a specific reason to get it. Like, you need to get something now, or you've got, like, Talaxu Surgeon or something. Yeah, Memnon is conspiring! Wow! I was unsure if he was going to do that or not, but he does. Finds quid pro quo, by the way. And his other dagger. Well, well, well. Is he trying to get his way to Steel Suits and pinch the Throne Alliance now? That might well be on here. I think Helena's going to get there first, though. Oh, no, Helena's after selective breeding, though, isn't she? Oh, Memnon might steal the Roman Alliance here. That'd be pretty awesome. Curious to see what he's going to do here. Here's the selective breeding. Experimentation is going to be taken out now. Dispensation is found. Can't use it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Persuasion. Oh, wow. I would have played one of my cards and not left it like that. Begging for secret steals. Here comes the steal. Here comes the infiltration it's shipping. Fortunately, this is what invasion ships just largely get used for nowadays. Is just infiltrating, largely speaking. It's going to take the spice. Is he just going to take artillery? I don't know what tech he's going for. He's going to use disposal facility. Okay, I guess. So he gets to trash 2 cards. So both daggers are going here, I imagine. Yep, just trashing out. It's all it is, just basically paying 2 spice to trash here. I don't think it's that likely he's actually going to be able to do a whole lot else, like, with disposal. He's just kind of buying it. A little bit for buying sakes. I don't think I would have bothered. I think I would rather have just not worried about disposal facility, bump down and up. And then do one more ship next round. Especially when you've got, like, your ring and you've got bounders coming. I don't know if it's worth trashing that dagger out at this late stage of the game. I don't think that's going to matter. That's just me. Feels a little inaccurate. Emperor bump taken. Obviously, he still has a couple of friendships to acquire. I don't know. I don't know if you paid any spice for this, or for disposal even. Yeah, yeah. I had to pay 1 spice for disposal. It's 3 minus 2 for the 1. So I just gotta check up on that. I try not to obviously to like overrule or overrun these games, but like if I do notice potential rule infractions, I have to point them out. If anyone doesn't take something that they mandatorily have to take and I spot it, I have to tell them. So Ekaz has a decision to make here. Does he actually want the battle point, or does he want to use negotiate withdraw? I mean, he's going to use voice anyways. I think Ekaz, I know he wants to use negotiate withdrawal, but I think he actually has to take the battle point here with detonation. I think that's more important than negotiated, truthfully. I think it's Carthag, whatever you're doing. I don't think Siege makes a lot of sense. I don't think Carthag is that useful. I would probably go voice and then block steel suits, actually. Steel suits is a pretty obvious move for Memnon and Hundro to make if they can, with heavy garrisons and no water. It also helps to try and protect your alliance as well that you're trying to go for. So I think I'd be going Carthag and voicing steel suits is probably my move here. Talaxu Puppet is found. Don't know if you're going to be getting any actual value out. He's probably going to, see if he chucks it all in with negotiate. He's going to probably chuck it all in and try and get negotiated off as well. But this is asking a lot here. Steel suits is the block. Oh, he blocks Siege, right, for troop protection. So El Memnon is desperately, so Ekaz is desperately trying to find a way to negotiate withdrawal and still win this. This is paramount greed. El Memnon has to stop this. It's gotta be steel suits, put 2 in and use cannon turrets. It has to be. Yeah, it's gotta be this. And you could also... Oh, you don't have the spice for quid pro quo, of course. You spend it at Conspire. But now it puts pressure on this alliance as well here. So, fun is happening. Helena has... I make that 8 persuasion. She's probably just going to use charisma? Oh, no, she's got the Spice Hunter, so it's actually 10. My apologies. Split Kinds is worth 4. My apologies. Gonna grab the Infiltrator as well. Figures she might as well. Her deck is really big, though. 15 cards. But I guess if it's there, you take it. But this isn't helping her score her, This is not helping her score a Talaxu point, though. Guess she's gonna rely on it coming here. Her hand is stacking up. Hunter's just gonna go secrets. Might as well. Poison Snooper is found. Not bad. That's also gonna steal from Helena as well here. Hold on. Let's resolve this first. 100 maybe didn't even spot that he had to steal. Oh, he paused the ambush. Oh, that's a nice draw. He'll be happy with that. That's a good find. So Ekaz has to decide right now, how greedy is he about to be? Is he really going to pull these troops back? Yeah, this is what you do. If someone's got negotiate withdrawal, you put them in these really awkward spots where you like leave it really hard to know if they want to retreat or not. Ekaz obviously wanted to retreat, win battle, and win detonation. I don't think he can do it. He's got to decide what he wants to do here. Retreat, take the safe bump. Oh, he does! Wow, he just gives up the conflict! He does it to go and get the Fremen Alliance ahead of time here. Wow. And the amazing thing is, this means Memnon doesn't have to use cannon turrets. He can legitimately save this for next round. He's got 2 daggers and just takes it clean. That is quite incredible. What does Memnon do here? He's eyeing up Contaminator. It's the new card here, but it's tough to commit to the Alliance at this point. Yeah, I think that's probably the right choice. Just take the beetle bump, call it a day. Any experimentation's now a point. I think that's the right choice here. Hundro with 3 persuasion. Could draw for more. I don't think he'll bother. No, I don't think so. You gotta click reveal turn. There we go. So Memnon gets this for free. Not free, but gets it with no intrigues whatsoever, which is pretty wild. Amazing. What a point for Memnon. Desert Power and Carthag. And he's got firepower still to come here. It's a great spot for Memnon. And he's got a free bump at the Fremen now to use for blackmail as well. Oh, it's Grand Vision. And I would argue that no alliance is safe here. This is gonna be fun. G-Manipulation for Hundro. He's not gonna trash that. You don't see a lot of trashes of Poison Snoopers nowadays, but I guess in Ixima you don't. There's a lot of very good cards around, so... He's got Seek Allies for, like, the 4th or 5th time in this game. He's finally going to be able to use it, probably. No shipping access. But he can always find it later on here. What does Hundro want to do? Hundro feels like he's got to probably win this fight here. He's fallen behind on points. Memnon with 7 points now. But Memnon's got all his friendships. Hundro's still got to score his Emperor point, which he probably will do. He's got all sorts of faction access if he wants it. He kind of wants to go selective breeding. And I don't hate going selective breeding. Still suits. Wow. Okay. Well, that's intentions made known. Hundro Moritani is, he's getting ready to just start trucking it in here. Here we go. This is going to be violence. And Ekaz might now be regretting that he pulled those troops back. I mean, he didn't realize what was going to come for him, but he might be thinking he should have left those in. He's probably second-guessing himself here. He's got no faction access, no Highliner. He's just going to start getting resources here, but this is looking troublesome for Ekaz. Needs the second specimen, obviously, for his Talaxu Surgeon, which he... Oh, that's why he went up that way earlier. My apologies. Bit of money there. He's eyeing up wealth for Surgeon and Choam shares and the friendship. It's just 3 points scored there. But outside of that, Ekaz is kind of scrambling here. Memnon has a great chance of trying to wrap this up here. This combat is very interesting. Fufi has been redrawn. Mentat's not outrageous. I think it's fair to think that Ekaz might not have Highliner access, potentially. I mean, I don't know. If he had Highliner, would he just gone there? No one else has any spice. Just going to go Mentat? Yeah, I think he was just going to go Mentat and kind of wait this out and get a bit more information here. Just kind of stall out here. Helena's going to use Charisma, I think, almost certainly. Long Reach has finally been found with some grafting with Infiltrator. Scientific Breakthrough is here for a point as well. This is a big round for Helena. Can Helena find 4 points here? Spice must flow. Scientific and... Talaxu would do. I guess we'll see. Helena deep in the tank here. She feels she's got to score 4 points. So you're thinking Talaxu Spike, the Talaxu point, Spice must flow, Scientific Breakthrough. Where's the 4th point coming from? Is there any way to like get the the Spacing Alliance or something? Can she ever win the conflict and win it that way? I guess we're about to find out. So 2 points scored for Helena. Players will start getting nervous that this could well be last round. They obviously can't let Helena win the fight. I don't think she's likely to. Memnon's sitting on potentially a lot of hidden firepower here. Two Dreadnoughts are in as well, which Memnon is going to force out of conflict. So big sword swings are coming. But if Helena can score 4 points this round, the game is over. And she's just going to be through to the semi-finals. This is a big spot here. Memnon's close too. Memnon is tasting. He knows he's close. The problem is Memnon's got to get a research station to get his Talaxu point scored, and I don't think he's going to get there. I think Ikaz is going to beat him to it. But Ikaz needs to go Wealth with Surgeon and would be scared to lose that. Could be a bit of brinkmanship coming here. Wow. Well. Decides to play Recon instead. She figures there's a spot she needs to visit. I think Helene is looking at Minimic Film here. I think that's what's going on. Bear in mind, whenever she grafts long reach with the Talaxu Infiltrator, you can only go to city spaces. Talaxu Infiltrator does not enable the access here. So I think that's what's going on here. I think she's eyeing up Minimic Film as a way to try and find some kind of crazy way to... The thing is, though, she needs to use Scientific Breakthrough before the Infiltrator if she wants the extra intrigue. Yeah, she's trying to plan the handout here. But I think Helena is in real indecision. From it's all her access is city. She's got very little flexibility. Hardy Warriors. Here we go. Hundro knows he has to win this conflict. He knows he has to win it. So he's rocking and rolling. Just getting it in. Is he going to pay for more shipping bumps? Yeah, he's still going to do that. Hundro needs the game to go 8 rounds, obviously. So he has to play for 8 rounds. If the game ends this round, whatever happens, he's out. So I don't hate just going for it. Ikaz might go Wealth here. He might figure that this battle's lost, but the problem is he's now locked in a struggle for the Fremen Alliance. Ikaz has a very big choice to make here. The problem is Ikaz ever winning this fight? And I think truthfully, I mean, look at the situation. How does he ever win this? Hundro's got more firepower coming from behind in his garrison. Ikaz has no battle intrigues. Ikaz hates this. I think Ikaz has to just go Wealth and just score a load of points. Score your friendship. Get the Surgeon off. You do want to go Research Station. This much is true. The problem is, unless you think you can get 2 bumps with the Fremen, there's no point defending it. And the problem is, even if you spend that much effort defending the Fremen, what are you doing about your other friendships? Yeah, this is a real gnarly spot for Ikaz this. He is not enjoying this at all. Real problems. It's not looking good. It feels like it's Wealth or Research Station. I just can't see anything else that makes any sense. Holtzman, I mean, you haven't even got 1 Spice Must Flow yet. He's got no Highlander access. He might go Research Station. We conspires. Oh, he finds bribery. Oh my god. If Armonikaz can get to Research Station, well, that's his Talaxu point. Well, it doesn't really help him right now. That's actually a pretty bad intrigue for him, truthfully. But if... Well, actually, no, it's not. If Armonikaz can get to Research Station, he can save his alliance. I don't see how he ever gets to his Research Station. Surely Memnon just goes there. I think he pays for Chom shares now. I think he has to protect his hand. I think that's Yeah, I think you got to do that. Get that point scored. Yellow's looking to see if Blue's got faction access. He's looking at the discard pile, trying to work out what's going on. Diplomacy is not there. But Ikaz hasn't drawn it. But Hundro must be sure that Highliner's coming. It looks like Highliner's coming, doesn't it? Oh, Memnon doesn't go research. Helena's looking at how long reach works. Long reach is not going to be enabled. The symbols are not enabled, I don't believe, by Talaxu Infiltrator. I'm pretty sure they're not. He's trying to construct this round here because Helena feels it's so important they've got to end the game now, and I think they do recognize that. I just don't think they can. I think it's just too much distance. Everyone getting into, you know, this is a obviously pretty serious part of the game here. What a spot. The Infiltrate is there. Leotkind, yeah, long reach. Needs another Benny Gesserit card in play for those symbols to be active. Doesn't have any. So going to Carthag anyways. Does Helena feel she's got to win the fight? Calculated higher. It's doing nothing. She can't even use it. There's no Mentat. She can't even... It's just stuck in her hand. And Secrets is there. She does not want to use Study Melange. Well, Helena's got a problem here. Potentially. So there's the double point. But I don't know what the third action's going to be here. Long reach Surgeon to Arrakeen is... Long reach Infiltrator to Arrakeen is like legitimately the only possible move you have. I assumed you were going Mimic Film. I assumed. That's why you went Recon. And you pulled it back so you had the council access to get Mimic. And then you could just Carthag anyways later. That's my assuming was going on here. You haven't got the water to go reset. You've literally... The only place you can now deploy is Arrakeen. It's the only location that's available to you. You can't go anywhere else, which is pretty wild. Meanwhile, so back to Hundro Moritani, who is frightened to death that Highliner's coming. He's just going to take his wealth point, and he's going to hope that ambush and push is good enough, and that he gets over the line, but maybe he also figures, well, if he highlines, there's not much I can do about it. Well, he's going to get an almighty shock. There's one card left for Armored Ecans to draw, and I won't give you any prizes for working out what it is. And now Ikez is wondering, maybe he should have gone to Research Station, and maybe he should have drawn. He could have gone Research Station and taken the bump and hoped to pick up his Talaxu points somewhere else. He's kind of committed himself here. He smuggles. Armand Ikaz smuggles. Hundro Moritani cannot believe it. Memnon's still got 2 actions. He still has Research Station access. I think he has to with Fufia now. Right? Talaxu point, Spiceless Flow point gets you to 9. Where's your 10th point coming from? That's the only problem I've got here. This is a really weird spot. What on earth do you do here? don't think there's any way to get, like... Yeah, he was hoping to Great Flat and Quid Pro Quo and use that to get an alliance, but... Ikaz went there and blocked it off immediately, so Memnon, not much he can do about this. Bemoaning life. It is what it is. You gotta have a plan B here. The problem is, I think... Research Station is so weird. The problem is you've already got the Spiceman's Flow. So you don't really want to go there. The problem is doesn't Ikaz just go Research Station next round anyways? Like, how did it not go this round, truthfully? Well, Ikaz didn't go because he wants his Diplo, so he highlines next round. That's 100% what's going on here. I wonder if Memnon can pull up on that. Secrets. He's trying to fluke something, I guess. I don't know what you could fluke. Show him shares has already been played, buddy. That is putting all your eggs in one basket. I think you have to Research Station. I think. You've got a 10-sword swing on Hundred Moritani with Blackmail and Karen turrets. Illicit dealings is found. It's a secret steal for Helena. Second one now. That's also just a point for Memnon, so be pretty happy with that. That's not a bad result for him here. Private... Oh my goodness. And Memnon is going Haga Basin. And he's putting these troops in, and this could be chaos. Because Memnon will feel if he could go Haga Basin and win the conflict, he's through to the semi-finals. He has a 15-sword swing on Hundred Moritani. Arakeen it is. Only legal spot. She gets 2 bumps. She gets an intrigue. Tiebreaker it is. It's not what she wanted to see. She gets 2 bumps with 2... She gets a bump with 2 factions. Surely has to protect Bene Gesserit. Surely has to bump the Spacing Guild. You would imagine. Does she put any more troops in here? I think, Memnon is gonna... Oh, man, what a spot for Memnon here. I think Memnon is gonna consider doing this. Helena just fires it in. She doesn't really know what else to do here, truthfully. Helena's pulled a Diplo. She didn't really want to see that. My God. It's 9 persuasion. Spices over Hundro. And now he watches and waits. Is Memnon going to pull the trigger here? I haven't done the maths. I don't actually know if he's good. I have not done the maths here, but it's close. Ikaz hasn't much to do here. He can't really bother bumping the... He's got to just hope this goes another round. So let's do the maths here. So Memnon would have 4 strength, fighter 5, turret 7, blackmail and private army 17. Hundro was at 13. -3 is 10, plus 6 is 16. Oh my God. If Memnon pulls to get Haga Basin, this game is over. And he's through. Because he's got Spicer's Flow in hand. Oh my goodness. Does he pull the trigger? I think the maths is right. Pirate of Reason's sword. Oh, but he doesn't like it at all. He feels he loses to a lot. You've got a 15-sword swing on the guy. I think you just got to close your eyes and do it. Incredible. Incredible. He's got to push it. Oh, Memnon hates this. He really is not liking this spot, but I think he's good. Oh my god. This is going to be a level of sickness that you don't often see. This is absolutely outrageous. I don't really know what trashing's doing for you now, by the way. You should be bumping down, but whatever. I don't think it's relevant here. That's my math. So 4, Piter 5, Cannon Turret 7, Blackmail Private Army is 17, Hunjo's at 13, loses 3 to the Dreadnought is 10, Ambushes for Institute pushes 16. Helena's gonna get an extra point, though. Oh, no way is Helena gonna steal this. Oh, no. Helena's got Stunning Melange. Oh, she's gonna get the Spice and Tiebreaker. Oh, but she didn't have Spice Must Flow. She missed it. It's over. Toast is in the semi-finals. The table's gonna be sickened when they see this. This is absolutely insanity. And here we go. He has to pull the trigger. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. God, he doesn't want to. It's such a it's committing. You cannot pass this. You cannot. You cannot pass. There is no way you pass here. Are you kidding me? If you do it and you lose, it sucks. He's thinking ahead to round 8. But if he pulls the trigger, he wins. It's tough. It's not the easiest trigger to pull. It's not obvious this is going to work. But I think if you've got to do it. I think you just have to do it. And if it all goes to hell, it goes to hell. And here it comes. Memnon must just carry on here. Drawing this out a little bit. So here we go. Cannon turrets. Dreadnoughts lost for blue and yellow. And now the fireworks. Helena's probably got a tie break now, right? Oh, she passes! I think she realizes what's going on here. Hunter with 4 swords. And Private Army wins it. And Hunter can't believe it. And Helena can't believe it. And Ikaz can't believe it. And I don't think CommanderToast can believe it. It's game over. That is it. A pretty sick end to this one. And bar any endgame intrigues, like Helena flukes or something, this is over. I don't think there's anything that Helena can find that is a point. No. And that's it. CommanderToast fires 15 swords and fires himself to the semi-finals.
Oh, that was such a gamble. That was thrilling.
Oh yeah,
I was
this
all
is so
setting up
sad for me.
I was all setting up for the final round. Diplomacy's on top of the deck. I'm
Yep.
the only one with Highlander access at the start because it's my first turn.
Yep.
Gonna go Highlander, then Research Station, finish that off perhaps. Try and get to Lexu Puppet going. Yeah.
Yep. Totally. I kind of played for next round too. I went up here. I was like, oh, I don't see a path for me getting 3. I don't see a path for green getting 3. I'm like, okay, let's just set up. And then when I stole the Private Army, that's when I'm like, oh, maybe there's a small chance I could win this combat and just sneak it out. And
I was very unlucky with like this intrigue. I hate it so much.
yeah,
I was like even thinking trashing it.
yeah.
So I was thinking like getting this conflict, like pushing myself towards like 7, 8, and that's so painful.
I should have.
Crazy.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like
Did
I'd
you?
have been on 11 in the final round. Yeah.
That was a close one. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
close one. My goodness. I have no idea who would have gotten it next round too.
It
I'm
looked
curious.
like pretty much everyone was hating their lives this round.
Ooh,
I
Yeah.
don't think
dude,
anyone
yeah.
was enjoying themselves. it was just, it was pretty miserable.
Slow.
But
Slow
yeah,
Module.
I mean
Yeah.
the private army steal was pretty nuts. Like you put, I was like, oh my goodness me, you actually gonna find a way to win this? And yeah, by a single sword from an old man,
Yeah.
Crazy.
pretty sick finish to this. Yeah, especially like around 8, everyone was kind of playing because it looked like for a long time it was going round 8. Like Hyena was desperately trying to find any route to end it, but just couldn't find Spiceman's flow.
Yeah, I was like so stuck with this at the beginning of the round. But I think I couldn't even play it better because now if I even would go to research station, would still be one short.
Well, the
That's
thing
still
was,
good
so
option.
what I was thinking you were going to do, so you obviously played Recon, is I thought you were going to use Scientific Breakthrough to go and get Minimic Film. Like, and that's just, I thought that's your
Should
one.
have, yeah.
I don't know if the maths works exactly, but like you had
Don't
Charisma
think
as
so.
well.
But
like,
that would be yeah, true.
Yeah, he would have been at 7.
Would be much better.
Yeah, but yeah, like obviously you went to Carth and I mean I don't hate like recalling that eventually, but yeah, I assume that's because you were trying to get to Minimic, but I guess it didn't.
Yeah, I was thinking about the spies, but then yeah, everything changed. But yeah,
Yeah.
to have spies for other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It was a bit all over the place, yeah, and obviously intrigues changed things as well.
I mean, the private army steal.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was nasty. That was nasty.
I literally wasn't even trying to gamble to try and go for it. I was just like, oh, Secret set me up for Quid Quo Pro next round, maybe a steal.
Yeah. That's what you were
And
looking at.
and I took it. And I was like, oh, maybe.
Yeah, once you
No,
pull
like
that, it's like all of a
I
sudden.
even
it's
said before combat, if someone comes out with like 15 swords, I'm out.
pretty much, and that's
Well, you threw everything in, and I was like, "There's no point me going into Arcane and grabbing my diplomacy to Highlander this. It's only Grand Vision. I'll wait till next round."
yeah, of course, yeah, and
Oh,
yellow
yeah.
Yellow was terrified that you had that, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I looked in and I was like, okay, if it goes in Highlander, I'll live.
Yeah, I won't
Although if
win
it's-
off of that, and then I've got to do something for next
Yeah.
round. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and yeah.
That's why I was so shocked when you went to Great Flat, because I thought for sure you had your Diplo, and I'm like, oh, he didn't pull it. What unluck to like not pull it. Maybe now the combat's
Yeah.
open. Now anyone could really win it. Maybe I could gamble for this.
Diplo's
so,
on
yeah.
top. I can't go to research station to work on Telexu Puppet because I want to keep the Diplo on top for next round. And yeah.
Interesting.
It was
Everything's
everyone
getting
kind of got
overlooked.
themselves in bits.
All
like,
the
it
cards I
was a bit
wanted
fun.
were like were like played before. I wanted to go here to get a point there. I wanted to like get some way to shipping. I had nothing. It was awful.
Yeah.
As soon as I get that, I threw a lot into going for this turn 7 Highlander, and it just.
I think
Grand
it was a closer game than the score suggests. It's one of
Yeah.
those like it looks kind of like it was a bit of a kind of a 2-horse race, but I think this was a pretty close game. It was very fine. And obviously the way this ended as well was obviously pretty wild. But
Yeah, nothing.
sometimes like it's funny. Secret Stealing's went out of fashion for so long, and like people just weren't doing it. But sometimes Secret Steals they win you games, and this was one of them.
Didn't you
That's
lose
true.
2 this game, Fumbles?
Sorry.
Didn't you lose 2 secrets this game?
Twice or 3. Yeah, twice. Yeah, once the ambush for you, Kira, and then the one for the toast.
Oh no, like the game was rather depressing.
Yeah, I could have maybe saved one stealing instead of going to the breeding. I could have gone to the secrets. Then one would be saved. But I still had so much. I just really wanted to keep my end game, right? So this didn't go out. But yeah, all of them swords got disappeared, and it was like crap.
Yeah, alas.
Well done, guys.
What was gonna be your plan anyway, Kira? Because I'm not sure how you get to winning from the next round. What was the idea?
I don't know if I'm winning next time, so I was thinking of taking the alliance. That's like 1. I'm getting Spiceman's Flow. I'm going here. I'm getting this point, so I'm like at 8. And then I was hopping to like somehow pull an intrigue or like hop into the because I still had like troops lying around.
Yeah.
So, confirmation then that it will be CommanderToast that is through to the semi-finals. And as I said, yeah, I think this is a game that I think although the scoreboard looks kind of a little bit on the one-sided side, like I think it was a lot closer than it was. Yeah, like massive secret steals. You know, Memnon found it in the end. He did not like pulling the trigger because he felt like it's a big commitment. But the problem is, like, you know, if you do it and you're right, you're through to the semi-finals. And sometimes you just got to take the chance. And I'm glad for him that he did. If he'd have passed there and not put them in, that would have been absolutely wild. And if he like then didn't make this game and like lost, can you imagine? Would have been wild. Anyways, thank you much for watching, everyone. I've got more games to cover. It's a busy Saturday. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in the next conflict.